Good evening.
Right,
Hello. Go away. Right, I said I was going to do 2 videos for this particular story, and the reason for that I will discuss at the end of the episode. This is unbelievable. And what I like so much about this story is just it is both an absolutely thrillingly tense sort of espionage type, undercover type, people on the run thriller, alongside having one of the most ridiculous characters in Doctor Who ever. So John Sim takes the role of the Master, and he just amps up aspects of it that I don't think Classic Who would have been brave enough to amp up before, which is just how freaking nuts the Master is. And the thing is, in the same way when you see the Doctor, it's just joyous. When you see the Master, it's just joyous. Even when he's killing random people just for the sake of it. He just manages to give it such charisma and such just happiness. And he's just the most awful person. And he is just absolutely class. In amongst that, you've got Martha finally giving it back to the Doctor, which I think is something that Martha's needed. Liv, back me up on that. Would you agree?
I still find her unconvincing.
Oh, no. Libby's wrong. Jack is an absolutely brilliant fall for the Doctor in this, and I think that he helps offset Martha and her piningness, which is still a little bit annoying. I love the whole sort of urban setting, and again, this is an urban setting that for the first time that we don't have a Jackie in. You would have Jackie somewhere in this in seasons gone by, and the fact that she's not there and everything is just so rubbish, and it is awful, makes a really tense experience alongside.
Even Martha's mum's rubbish.
Oh, shut up, you. I also absolutely love the little tiny nod. So the Master refers to his wife as his companion at one point. Okay, if it wasn't already obvious that you've got John Sim basically, in a weird way, being the Doctor in this story, but playing the role of the Doctor. This is almost like the complete inverse of what Doctor Who should be like, and it is, and it's magnificent for that very reason. So the Master gets to do all the doctory stuff things, but being the Master, it's all horrible. And it's just absolutely brilliant. He watches the Teletubbies. For those of us in the know, everybody, that's a clear nod to when he watched the Clangers, back when he was Roger Delgado, back in the Sea Devils. And just when you're a fan and you know that, you just go, oh, this is the Master. And a jelly baby, thank you, Lib. So he gives a jelly baby, which is just deeply insulting to Doctor Who fans, but absolutely brilliant at the same time. He's so unhinged and he's so off his rocker. And it completely validates that moment at the end of Utopia where you weren't 100% sure of how this Master was going to pan out. Honestly, this is non-stop rollicking tension all the way through, offset by you actively enjoying the baddie all the way through. The one last thing I'm going to say before I let everybody shout out what they thought about it, because it only seems fair since I'm taking up everybody's time, is one of the things I love about this, and the reason that I'm going to split these videos into 2, I will talk for longer in the next one, obviously, is this. Doctor Who's about to play a trick that becomes a New Who trick. Whereas the start of the next episode completely pulls the rug from under us and isn't in any way a traditional resolve of a cliffhanger. Which is also what this episode did at the very start. Because at the end of Utopia, we had a proper, full-on cliffhanger, and it just resolved itself. In fact, it resolved itself before we even knew how it resolved itself. The programme goes to show you in a little flashback sequence how the Doctor got them off Utopia and back here. But it didn't need to. We would have, as fans, just accepted, oh, the Doctor's got us away, let's crack on. So the fact that the rug's about to be pulled from under us again, but the opposite way around, no spoilers, people, but things are going to be different, even worse when we put the next episode on, is simply brilliant. I don't know how much RTD planned that little parallel out, but I genuinely think it's one of the really joyous things. And it sets you up because you start off thinking, this is a proper Doctor Who story. It's going to be fine. It'll all work itself out. And at the end, honestly, this is as bleak as New Who has been so far. There is nothing. I know there's a Deus Ex Machina, let's push the big red button and sort it out element. You know the Doctor's going to resolve this. We all know the Doctor's going to resolve this. But the Master has just literally killed 1/10 of the human population. He's just killed 1/10. He has gutted the TARDIS. We are not allowed to feel happy about any of this, and yet we are, because it's the Master and he's flipping awesome. Oh my gosh. Right, Winnie, give me a sentence. How are you feeling about this episode?
I really liked it. I love the Master.
Yeah?
And I love David Tennant, and I think they are, like, it sounds weird, but they're so cute together, and they look
The
so
Master and the
nice.
Doctor?
They're
Yes.
all lovely, and, like, you don't want to, but you kind of ship them. Like,
That phone call, that's the first time I've ever used that word, nice. In that regard anyway, you've talked about boats before. That moment where they talk on the phone.
Oh, you're
And
asking me out.
Yeah, you asking me out on a date. I know. And they're like the slight reminiscences about Gallifrey and things like that. Right, Humphrey, come on. What do you think?
I'm a Gen Alpha, so skibbly bop bop.
Oh, go away with your memes. Lib, anything to add?
I'd like, yes, I like it both. Both of them, I'm tired.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Skibbly bop bop. Ohio.
Bye-bye.